Right, so and now the cool thing about her being here now is an augmented panel, so you can actually ask her things too, and she might answer them.
I might. It depends on how I can do it.
So okay, question answer question, sir.
What was the most difficult VG Ponies song to work on?
I got this one, Twilight 64. Because by that
by
that point, like we usually have like the first few songs like you had written.
Yes.
And then you're like, well, I don't really like my lyrics, so you got the mysterious Mr. X to write them.
Kerfer.
It was Kerfer. And so he wrote a couple, but we weren't too fond of that one either. Then we got our friend Nero or Solid Jake to write one or two, right?
Yeah, well, he wrote one or two. The first one, what was the first one he wrote?
Yeah,
it was really good. I don't remember what it was, but it was great. And then he wrote like the Rainbow Dash one, and he just said best pony a bunch. So I was like.
So by that point, we wanted to do the Twilight song, and we didn't have a writer. We couldn't get Curb to write another one, but you'd be like to our taste, we didn't want like to get Curb or Jake to write them, and so I wasn't confident enough to write it. So I thought I'll write it. So that didn't turn out well.
Well, the problem is that you are Twilight, so you overanalyze every possible and you're also like. You're on the inside of the music, so you know like what notes, what words would go with what notes. So you overanalyze like every possible word to go with every single note. And she had like a catalog list of what could work, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like okay, about Twilight, like I gave her my old iPad once, and I was at work, and she was dropped off at my place, and so she got to play with it. And you know, if I get an iPad, I would like, oh cool, let me get some apps, let me get this, let me check it out. It's an iPad, and you enjoy it, blah 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 blah. So I get home, and she shows me the first thing she's done with it. She's like, yeah, I organized everything into folders. I'm dating Twilight. So that was hard because she couldn't write for herself. So.
I just found out I wasn't good at lyrics. Like I want to write lyrics, but for that song specifically, it just was not working out.
The problem with the Twilight song is that we finally got it to work, but we started saying things like she's purple and has a horn and she's in Equestria. This is interesting.
We're not lyric writers. He's a writer. I'm a singer, but we're not lyric writers.
Yeah, we have our buddy Cyberlink doing it now, which is like there's like rhythm and like there's jokes and stuff. And
like we have one working on right now.
Oh yeah, we're what's the next one? Oh, the next one we're doing is Doctor Who's. And it's to Chrono Trigger, the Epoch theme.
Oh, nice.
And the lyrics are done. She sang it, and Dave is going to come back as the Doctor to sing his part. So that should be neat.
I'm just saying right now. I think Luke's going to stay our lyric writer. I mean,
it
takes him a while, but
well, if you crack the whip enough, he can sing. He's busy putting off Sonic F and Companionship and Supernatural.
That other Friendship is Witchcraft Bridge.
Oh.
No, Magical Bridge. No,
Friendship.
That's the joke.
Friendship is a bridge.
Friendship is a bridge. Pony's a bridge, small horse.
Well, I like that.
Don't do that.
Oh. I was going to do a My Little Pony Bastardized. And I got all of the audio for all of it. I had X, the dark one, was Twilight, Shady Box was Nightmare Moon. I had I didn't have Martin in it because he was opposed to ponies at the time. But I had all the audio done. I started working on it, and then I made this stupid thing called Game Derps, which was this like Game Grumps that just started, and they like Aaron and John just jerked each other off for like 10 minutes, and it's like I'm young and new, so I was bitterly jealous. And so I did this video of Gabby and Jesse Nowick just derping around, basically. Like I just had video game footage. They're like, we're playing games, and it just ends and zooms in on their subscribers, and that's it. And people got mad. People got angry. Like the likes and dislikes looks like Game Grumps like to dislike now.
It got really bad.
It got pretty bad. I never turn off comments because I believe in free speech. This is the only video where I had to I'm sorry guys, this is. Because I'm like, let's check out my comments, and 85 new ones. It's been an hour. And it's like a year-old video. It's like, this is stupid. I don't like it. Why did I start talking about game terms? I'm really bad at this.
Any questions? Right there.
What was your inspiration behind Sonic Bastardizes? Anything I've seen from your channel, and that's hysterical.
Thank you. Martin, I wanted to rip off Little Karibo really, really bad. I was like, I like abridging. There's no Sonic abridge. What do I want to do? And I had just done like Ninja Turtles Bastardized. I'd done like 4 of that or 6 of that or something. And I was like, I'm big in the Sonic community. Why haven't I done anything with Sonic? And that was, and if you're a Sonic fan and you start a Sonic project that involves voice, you automatically cast yourself as Sonic. Nobody else. Don't get it. You cast yourself as Sonic. So I was like, you know, his voice at the time was like, hey, I'm Jason Griffith. And then it was like, hey, I'm Brian. I'm voicing Sonic. Hello. And they would, I wanted to do like a funny thing, and I wanted to garnish attention for myself and popularity. So I was like, let's copy Little Karibo. Let's totally do it.
Can you say "Gotta Go Fast" in your Sonic voice?
In mine?
Yeah.
Gotta go fast. I did it. I did it.
No, don't. I appreciate it, but don't.
So yeah, I wanted to try. I thought I was like, looking back now, it's like this totally amateur thing where like there's no mouth flaps and stuff, and it's like I wanted to do just a Sonic abridge because it didn't exist, and the Shady Box was like, yoink. I'm like, all right, fine, go for it. Next question, sir.
So how did you get started on creating a website just full of all this fan content?
In 1996, I'm not kidding, my father was big into like internet technology stuff, and he was one of the first people to have access to have a .com before companies were having .com. And he was like, hey, do you want a .com? And I'm like, yeah! Heck yeah, like what do you want it to be? I had a fan character, little green Sonic recolor called Psycho at the time. I'm like, I want Psycho.com. Wouldn't that be cool if I had Psycho.com? But anyways, it was taken at the time. And he was like, well, what else do you want? I'm like, well, I don't know. My name's Brian, and my family calls me Bry Guy, so I was like, Psy Guy? It's not gonna stick or anything. And then I just it started out with, I'm like, what do I do? I had this really crappy 3D program, and I made 3D Sonic art. Like, they're not good, it was made out of spheres. So it was like, I'm Sonic. And I just, and then I realized that I had a lot of really talented artist friends that didn't have web space. So I'm like, oh dude, you should come on MySpace, because you should come on MySpace. And I was like, dude, come on board, it'll be fine. And it just kind of, it was a place for people that didn't want to deal with like, you know, getting a domain, getting a hosting, and they don't understand, you know, what FTP, and their eyes go crisscross. I'm like, I'll do it, it's fine.
He's the web guy.
So I started out just doing fan stuff, and then I wanted to help my friends out. I did like, before Tumblr, before you could subscribe to like, I like this guy, it was like, all my friends have a place to display their art, and I wanted to be, now it's totally irrelevant, but it was kind of cool at the time.
Do you have any targets for further assimilation of the internet into a channel?
I want Smooth McGroove on, pretty bad. Gaijin Goomba is knocking at my door. I'm not asking him, he's like, can I get on? Please? And I'm like, no.
He has to pitch up his voice though.
Oh yeah.
He can get clownfish.
I bug Tara Strong almost weekly. She follows me, I don't know what the hell.
It's really insane. Like, how many people follow you?
Like, Rob Paulson follows me, Maurice LaMarche follows me, Tara Strong follows. That was a weird day where I'm like,
Great Lionel?
Great, well, she follows everybody. But if you do puns, if you do know how much to follow, Tabitha St. Germain doesn't follow me, but it's close. I'm closing in.
They like talking poem speak. If any of you guys follow Tabitha on Twitter,
she's nuts. It's crazy.
There's Tara nuts, and then there's Tabitha nuts.
Yeah, and then there's
Tabitha speaks in like limericks and poems and rhymes. It's just.
And Andrea's like down to earth and like told like I'm doing a charity thing.
I would like Andrea on the podcast. Well, no, because it's about dicks. That would be.
We would replace the word dicks with like mares or something. Okay. So like go suck a bunch of mares.
It's the
It's the. So I think Smooth McGroove is the most probable one. He does a bunch of acapella stuff on YouTube, and he's great. I think that is the most possible one. I don't know what it's like. I had all these people that I really admire. I had Douglas Walker on twice, Red Torn with us. I've had Ego on, I've had John Cron on, I've had Mike Pollock, the voice of Dr. Eggman on. You know, I mean, besides, what do I got next? Celebrities? Like, okay, let me just do that. So it's Brad Pitt's on the show tomorrow. Like, hey, Braddy. Matt Pat would be on. Yeah.
Oh, Matt Pat, yeah.
Matt Pat from Game Theory would probably be on. I know him, and he has a site coming out called Game Theorist. The SuperPsyGuy Super Show is going to be a part of that, so I think he would come on. I don't know.
No, we're getting to.
I mean, rag.
Oh, gosh darn.
Gosh darn. So.
Gosh dang.
Yeah, is that what you meant, right? Like.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You already got everybody else in the sun, so.
I ask Eo every now and then if he wants to come on, but he's ego raptor now. So sorry, go ahead.
Oh no.
Little Karibo is a regular cat. Little Karibo and Tombstone are regulars. I really don't know what else to do from there. Like, you have the living Tombstone and Little Karibo coming on simultaneously to talk as ponies, where Little Karibo's like, I'm 20% cooler. And then Tombstone in his accent, like, I'm done, that's good. Okay, we're all right. I don't know what to do from there.
Just not sorry about one thing.
That was cool.
What did you apologize for?
Don't worry about it.
I don't give a shit.
The second thing was the Hachi Machado thing. How did that come?
It's like a kick in the nuts.
The theme song?
Yeah, the theme song.
Oh, the theme song. Curb, there was a Newgrounds contest called The Power of Three, where 3 people got together and they made a game. Curb was doing the art for it. He had a programmer, and I was the music guy. And I don't know, it was called like rock, paper, scissors or something. I don't remember what it was called. It never happened because Curb, but I was starting to do the music for it, and I did the theme song. I did a theme song for it. It started out kind of lame.
It was called like Space Lighter 3.
It was Space Lighter 1.
Oh, 1.
It was just called Space Lighter because I'm a genius. I don't know. But it was really lame, and I was like, this needs to sound like Mega Man X or something, because this needs to be really up front. So I made this really crazy the theme song without lyrics, and that started to be our theme. And then Shady Box threw lyrics on it. He wrote it and did it, and I'm like, yes, we will use this. It's funny you mentioned that, because the theme song might change in the future to. If anyone is a fan of Game Grumps, there's this remixer called Jerry Terry who did, what did he do? He did like one of the most, Banana Shoes. Banana Shoes. I don't know, Goof Troop Bump, something like that. But I've commissioned him to take little snippets, like do that. And when that comes in, I'll probably use that, because theme song's like, it's old as time now. So that little insider information there, just for you.
Just use the Spanish one.
This is yours?
That's the joke.
Oh, that's funny. I like it.
We just had to talk about this earlier. It's so funny because.
About me hitting you?
Let me explain.
Sounds pretty bad. I'm gonna picture you. Well, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna get this side of the room, and then this side of the room. Yeah, one guy carries like.
No, so we were like on the way to the con. We were talking about this. Like, I'm a little person, so I can go like, and it's like he doesn't care.
If I like lightly hit her, I'll knock her arm off.
I was talking about that. Like,
there's a gun show today, and I wanted to open like, you guys are already at the gun show.
So it's like, hey, look, it's the gun show.
He's embarrassed for me. I don't know.
He's got big muscles.
Okay, next.
That's time to refund high cold.
No, anything else? I'll start talking about really. Nothing, we're all done. All right, well, you can leave 30 minutes
You can ask him
early.
anything you want.
Maybe you could catch AC Race Bed panel.
Voice requests, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate. So forget, do you guys have a...
Oh, I forgot. I'm Ronaldo on Parody Rangers.
Oh yeah, you do the thing.
All right, yeah, I'll take voice requests. Sure, why not?
I also voice a pony. Canny, I don't know if you guys have seen the Galacon promo. If you've heard about that, the one animated by Jan, the yellow pony with red hair.
I wrote that. My music's in the background of that one.
Yes. See, like last year they did a promo, Mr. Ponyator. If you guys have ever seen his animations, he did that one. He took it down, unfortunately.
I wrote that one too.
Yeah, he yes. And so. Alright, bye guys.
No, the only thing saving me this month.
Oh, I did voices. I did the voice for Canny because they were holding an art contest. Nobody entered, and I felt so bad because I'm like, oh yeah, I'll enter when I get home, and I was busy with something, and I'm just like, you know what? No, I'm gonna go ahead and like draw them a picture of their mascot, like they had a reference. And so I drew it, and they're like, "You're a voicer?" Sure. And so, I mean, like, I did the voice of Candy. If you've seen any of the promos, I mean, I'm gonna be, like, careful about what I say as Candy, because it's not my character, but if you guys want to have a request of anything, or anything for any of his voices.
What do you want?
Ronaldo doing improv about time.
About time?
About time.
Okay. You see, most people think that time is this straight, contiguous thing, but it's actually a bunch of wibbly wobbly, tiny, whiny.
No.
Does that work? Okay.
I actually have a question.
No. Okay, fine. I guess.
No more voices.
Let's go.
If this was already asked, move on. But what got you into Doctor Who?
David Smith. Right, Dave. Well, Dave, but more so My Little Pony. Throwing, like all the references and all the stuff, I just can't like, I knew about the 10th Doctor Pony was hanging around, but there was one episode, what was it? It was, Rarity was trying to go to like be fancy and then her friends at the same time, and she was at, like, she would go out to this garden party. Sweet for Success. And she went outside and there was like, all of the doctors, like all at once were outside at the party. Like there was like the 3rd Doctor, the Matt Smith Doctor, they were all there, and I'm like, oh dude, this is cool. How many are there? And I learned that there was this long show from like the 60s.
And Dave was like, finally!
Yeah, and so Dave would talk about it, he talked about, so it was on Netflix, and I had a show called Instant Q that was like, we would review stuff, and Dave was like, Doctor Who, and I'm like, okay, fine. So I watched the first episode, and I was like, okay, whatever. I watched the second one, and I'm like, this is pretty good. And I would watch like 1 episode a day, and then it got to David Tennant. Pretty soon I was watching like 2, 3 a day. And they would like have, oh my god, they would have a parter, they would have 2 parters or 3 parters, and I just watched like 4, and they're like, well, now it's to be continued. And I'm like, ah! So I got this is to be continued too. I'm like, I just spent 6 hours watching Doctor Who! I hate it so much! So then I'd get on, and I'm like, wibbly wobbly. It's actually funny because I have a website called DrWho's.com. I'm not kidding, I own it. And it's good, like, does anybody know who Galaxy Art is? He's going to be drawing the Doctor Who's comic that I'm writing. And so it should be cool. I have the outline fully finished, it should be neat. It has Firefly from G1 in it, that's all I'm gonna say. It should be cool. It should be cool or really lame.
Spoilers this time.
Spoilers? Yes.
That's mine.
Sorry. I wrote it. Okay. Next, or voice requests, or tap dancing, and whatever. Yeah.
On Untitled Comics, if you could bring back any of the comics you've done before, but finished, which would you do?
I would like to do a original character version of Chaos Diamonds 3, called like Infinity Diamonds, where Chaos Diamonds 3 was this fanfic. It's all the problems. It's got like self-insertion and like weird romanticism and like plot holes like crazy and whatever. But there's this big thing, and like a lot of people were on board for it. And I would love to do like an original character version of Chaos Diamonds. like, well, I guess a reboot and where the writing was, it made sense this time, and there wasn't, like, you know, Tails is like, oh, Tails, oh, damn it! Like, it's just totally out of character, like, okay, holy crap! Or just weird lines that are supposed to be threatening, like, ha, stupid fox, I'm going to kill you! Like, okay, Sonic, okay, I'm sorry, okay. And that would be really cool. I would like to get an artist to finish Samurai Pizza Cat's Cold. That would be Nito Torpedo. That's if no one knows what that is, I know. Or that's my Sonic. It's more sprites.
You bring that up like 5, but that's like a bit.
I brought it up once. Oh yeah, I stopped. That's a monstrosity. It's like the Zelda timeline looking at what I did going, what the hell? Next. Sir.
Well, out of all the finished projects that you've done, what is the one that you're most proud of?
I'm most proud, it's not finished, but it's like 100 pages, so like Beetleman, it's his totally original comic I write. There are like a couple references, but all the characters I designed and I thought of names for, and the entire plot's mine. It doesn't use outside characters, and it has a little bit of a following, and it's really cool to have people like, there's only like 135 people that follow it, not 136, not 134, 135, and it's really rewarding because it's like you see fan art. When you see fan art, it's not like Sonic, or it's like your character that you thought of, and I'm like, this is really, really cool. So I get 100. It's not finished, but I mean, I have like 85 chapters planned out. Not like they're all in here somewhere, but I Beetleman, yeah, definitely.
Make Apollo's 137.
Yeah, really go nuts.
I mean, like I'm just gonna go ahead and advertise Beetleman because it's a really good comic, and I'm not in it in any way, so I'm not saying like, oh, you should go for it for me. Like this just, I'm actually really excited about it. So go read Beetleman at least. If you don't do anything else, just go read.
Breathe, sleep, poop, eat.
Don't eat until you read all of it. That's your homework.
Speaking of Beetleman,
yes.
we're going to find out more about the snowman soon.
Yeah, soon?
Soon is relative.
Let's see. This one, the next one, probably the next 2 chapters, you'll know who he is. I would think. Yeah. Yeah.
I know.
I would think so because I'm going to have a Dalek-ish race appear. They're not. What I mean is they're just like they're unstoppable force, basically, and then
the same attitude, like we're gonna get rid of you.
Stuff goes down, and so we'll know everybody. It'll be this big. It should be really cool or really lame, or like that was all right. So we'll see. It's BeetlemanComic.com for those of you who don't know, and she likes it, and she's a girl. So okay, next before I stinkle in a minute.
Am I the only girl in this room?
Yes. It makes you feel better on board of this. I know you mentioned Little Cream, Living Tombstone. Are there any other fan works that inspire you or to create like you gain inspiration?
Oh yeah. I like everyone I follow is such a. I'm vivacious in my quest for internet knowledge because all these people do such amazing things. Like Smooth McGroove recently, his songs are just it's just acapella, it's just him, but it's a new rendition of some of my favorite songs, like the DuckTales on Moon theme. It just makes me want to get out and just like do more music stuff. And then like Gerard Khalil, the completionist, has such a work ethic. That man is a machine. Like he had family trouble. Like his mom is like on her deathbed, and he's putting out like a funny skit. And I'm like, how, like the kind of strength that man must have to produce funny. If I stub my toe, I'm not doing an episode. That man is such a wall of inspiration and great. great. So I just admire all these people. I try to just look to people, and like I'm an old fogey now, but I try to keep the flame alive. I try to keep the drive going, because I don't want to get at a point where I look at someone and like, I'm better than him. I don't want to do that. That's like, then it takes all the fun out of it. I want to be like, if I could get half as like the strength that Gerard has, or like half the creative lyrics that Bernafloss has, you know, I'll be okay. I'll be good. I'll be like, I'm good with that stuff. But you know, like and I know a lot of these people too. I'm lucky enough to like know Bernafloss, and I host his website, bernaflossthecomic.com. If you go to the bottom, that's my name. So I just try to, anyone on the internet, I try to keep my internet knowledge as wide as possible, and when I miss something, I get really upset because I don't know how, because I have every source of everything is coming into me, and they're like, how did I miss this big thing? So no, I guess it's a stupid cop-out answer, but really, like, everybody, I like. Yeah, there we go. Good. I did it.
Any more questions? Anything? You
Question?
can ask anything.
You can ask me anything. It's at SuperPsyGuy. It doesn't say what.
I have a question.
Oh no.
Where did you get that swanky hat?
Some girl gave it to me. I had a cool hat. It was brown and leather, and it was awesome. And at SGC, I decided to throw up in Bernafloss's toilet. And
You decided to get drunk first.
I decided to get completely and totally inebriated, where everything was in slow motion. And then he wanted to like make out with two chicks, and then I was like, I'm gonna throw up now. And then so like my head's in the toilet. I didn't really know Bernafloss that well. I was still a huge fan of his stuff, so my head is in his toilet, and I'm like, I'm throwing up in Bernafloss's toilet. So cool. And then like I was sitting there. I was like tired, just stupid, drunk, stick drunk. And I remember he was like, hey man, can you get out of here? Because I'm trying to, there's two chicks, I'm trying to, and I'm like about keeling over, and this guy, I don't remember his name, but some emergency room guy.
I wasn't there.
Why not? Some guy that works at EMA, is that right? EMS. And someone that works at EMS he dragged my sorry carcass back to my room, and I guess he wore my hat because it kept falling off, because when you're doing this, it kind of And I woke up the next, okay, I was still like, when I go to sleep, I have to take everything out of my pockets. I have to like, get on specific like sleeping, like jogging shorts. I have to undress very slowly.
Don't actually.
Okay. I really, if anything, like the temperature has to be like polar bear cold, because I'm from Alaska, so it needs to be cold. And so like, but I woke up and I had like beer bottle caps in my pockets, and like phone and stuff full, and like my shoes were still on, and I was like, oh my god. But my hat was missing because the EMS took it, so I didn't have a hat. I didn't have a hat for a little while, and she had a hat, and this thing is too big for her.
I can explain this hat.
You can explain the hat.
Let me explain the hat. So there were like I'm a choir kid, so we had like our choir shows going on, and I had a solo, and I was like, it's like 70s, 80s themed, and I didn't have any clothes to wear, so my parents were like, hey, we'll get you some clothes. They had like a cute outfit for me. I had nothing on my head. And so they were like, let's get you one of those really cool, like, like the balloon kind of hats, like old like it'll fit on your hat and look really cute. That thing's huge on me. So it kept falling like back on me, and I'm like, this is not, I like the hat, but it doesn't fit me. And then like in GG guys and like science, like hit side, like the internet side, like the one with the hat and spiky hair.
Freakazoid side.
Freaky side. No, like, he has the hat, but it was black, so I didn't know it was brown. And I was like, do you want a hat?
And I'm like,
do you want it?
Well, I had this stupid green felt hat. It was so bad. And do you want a hat? And I'm like, yes! Different guy!
See right there. Okay,
So it had.
So that's the hat.
That's the hat. Does anyone else have any questions? Sir, that I can't see because my glasses are off.
Sorry, I just locked it out there. Your name?
My real name?
No, her.
Oh, me? I am Serena Midori, or Gabby Gonzalez.
Yeah. Can I get a Ms. Ann?
Oh, BSM! I've never done that in public before. You got the first public exam.
That sounds. I did it.
Still the only girl in here.
I'm sorry. I'm the one that should be upset about that. Maybe not. Okay, next question. What? No.
Not the questions or the comments. You guys are awesome.
No, you're awesome.
Thank you, you're awesome.
You're awesome. Does anyone have like a really, really embarrassing question that they think I won't answer because it's too raunchy, but I'll probably answer it anyway? What?
What's our most embarrassing story?
The butterfly story is really embarrassing. Other than that, I recently at SGC, big fan of Gerard and the Completionist, and I had.
Can you explain it?
No.
Okay.
I had 3 hours of sleep the night before, and we drove about like 9 hours because there was 2 hours of construction work, and I was super happy about that. So we got to SGC, and we're looking around for Gerard, and there he is. Like, Gerard, how's it going? I was like, oh, hey, man, what's up? How's it going? Blah, blah, blah. And I kind of know Gerard. I've been talking to him off and on, and he's been on the show, so it was really easy to like, oh, hey, I know you, kind of. He's like, oh, yeah. But Greg, the Bears guy, I didn't really know him, but I saw him, and I was like, dude, hey, Greg, what's up? How's it going? Like, oh, he's like, oh, hey, man, what's up? How's it going? I'm like, dude, I love your stuff. It's really great. And Gabby walks up. I'm like, oh, this is Gabby. She's a fan of you on Minecraft Hardcore. He's never been on Minecraft Hardcore.
So he was thinking of Pro Jared.
I was like 3 hours of sleep. I had like confused. I like pro. For some reason, I just thought he was on it. And so, you know, like, hey man, she likes you in Minecraft Hardcore. And just seeing him go from like.
That is stupid.
Then it felt stupid because I felt like a poser. I felt like a phony where I'm like, oh yeah, man, I know internet. I just felt like, because I seen all the Completionists, and now I just felt like I was lying. I felt like, oh yeah, you're from internet, you're from Game Grumps, right? Like, I know internet stuff. Look at me like fake my way around. I felt so stupid. I tried super hard to make it a thing, and it became kind of a thing, but I don't think I'll ever forget it. So that's pretty embarrassing. I'm so stupid. Yeah.
What was your butt touch count at SGC?
What?
You kept, on Twitter, you kept saying you were going to touch butts. I would say, what was your count at the end of SGC?
Oh, I only won,
Oh.
actually. I only, like, because Pat put his butt straight up in there, and I have a picture of me, like, his ass.
I want you all to sign, and I'm like, okay, I signed it, so I signed it, and Matt's like,
Yeah, Matt, like,
sticking his butt in the air, like on the ground, like we could like kneel down. He was just like,
yeah, and then he shook it. Like, I was like, Matt, let me see your ass, and he's like, yeah. I'm like, well, I grabbed little Karima's butt a lot. Because it'd be great because he's drunk and he gets really high pitched when he's drunk. So I like grab. He's like, oh, grab me, bum. And I was like, and he's like, oh, okay.
Do you have any big plans for the next YomaCon?
Yeah, I have to go to it.
we're going this year.
The reason I went to the last couple was that a ton of friends were going, especially the last one from across the globe. I hated the YomaCon venue. I hated what they did to it because it's Detroit, and then it's like freezing cold, and they have you walk like a mile to another building outside, and then you have to go back to like one panel is over in the hotel, and then the other is Detroit, so it's like this god-awful city. I'm sorry if anyone likes Detroit. No, you don't.
They offered like this tram system. Like they said, like, oh, you can take the tram like back and forth from that building to the hotel. No, you can't.
Yeah.
And watch out, don't get caught in between the doors. He almost died.
I almost died. I did?
Stand up, remember?
Oh, yeah.
We were getting a little little tram thing.
That's right.
And then it costs money to get on it. And I'm like,
yeah, it was just, I don't like the InfoCon venue at all, and it's another place I have to fly out to. I go to a bunch of, I have all these Texas cons, and the only reason I'm going to Germany and GalaCon is because they invited me and her, so.
It's so funny to talk about that. It's like, oh, we're going to A-Con in Texas, San Japan in Texas, Fiesta Equestria in Texas, SGC in Texas, GalaCon in Germany.
These things doesn't look like the other.
So that's always fun doing that. But yeah, so I mean, like YomaCon was fun because we got to meet up with like basically the entire chapter.
Yeah, there were like 2 or 3 people.
YomaCon itself was not fun.
Yeah, and they were really hokey pokey about it. Like they would just, they had no professionalism at all. They like forgot the closing ceremonies. They forgot like Team 4-Star was even there, and it's like, guys.
Someone got buried. I
don't know.
I had to leave before closing ceremonies. Apparently they were out of French fries.
Oh yeah, they made this big deal about like the city ran out of French fries. And like, woo, we're fine.
Should have made some more.
I mean, they could have been like, we had a really great con and it was really successful, and all these great people from all over the world, all these professionals like French fries. Okay. So no, I don't like YomaCon in any way, shape, or form. I guess this isn't really professional, but I'm not professional, so I think.
If they invite you as a guest, then whatever. But I mean, like to go as
not now.
To go on our own volition, no, we probably would not.
Yeah.
Is it the Ponyville? YomaCon's probably not watching.
Oh, okay.
That's a good point. If YomaCon's actually watching this, 10 points because you're watching a pony.
Ooh. Oh, this is streaming?
No, but like.
Oh, okay.
It's live on the internet right now. The rapper's going to your house to like burn it down.
I have a house? I guess it's okay. It's in his house.
We bought it for you.
Did he sign the lease over to you?
Yes. And then he burned the lease too.
I think I needed 25 more bells to fully pay off. I did it! I'm pop culture! References! Ah! Okay, anything else? Hello, new people. There's another girl you did.
I'm not the only girl in Any other questions?
Answers, questions.
So, with all the cons that you guys have gone to, how does this one rate? I mean, I know it's not over yet, but since
this one's like
really good.
Like top 5 easily.
Yeah, like out of the cons we were in like so far this year, like there's A-Con and SGC. It would be like SGC, Fiesta Equestria, A-Con. No, A-Con was fine. It's just new venue. It was really freaky deaky.
Yeah, but no, this con is run really well. The staff is really personal and really, for the first year con, they had their stuff together.
Oh yeah.
Because I went to another con in say Austin, Texas that kind of had a little bit of trouble. They didn't know what they were doing, but this one.
Hopefully their next year will be good, but we're not going to be there. We're going to hope that they do good.
If they invite us, we'll go. But I don't like their venue because it's in kind of a crappy part of Austin.
See, I live in Austin, like for school stuff, like that. Like I'm that area, and so I'm like, hey, there's a brewing convention in Austin coming up. Do you want to come up and visit? And he's like, okay. And then I'm like, I immediately regret this.
I'm gonna get a picture of the audience again because now it looks like there's more.
Honestly, it wasn't that bad. It just wasn't good either. It was really small. It was the first year, so I give them that much credit. But I mean, I'm hoping the next year for that will be better.
So SGC was, I always wanted to get to SGC.
The SGC was easily.
I highly recommend it. See, I've never been to a video game convention. Always been anime conventions. A-Con has been my convention, and once it changed, I was like, well, that sucks. This year wasn't that great. I went to SGC. It blew out of the water like a lot of the other A-Cons I went to that were good because SGC, it's like this really small knit community. Like not totally small that you can't get into it, but it's like there are not that many people. And like the panels are great. Like there's so many like internet celebrities that you would know, like the Angry Video Game Nerd, like Bro Jared, the Completionist, like just they have like their panels. It was a lot of fun. I got to be on the Completionist panel.
That was cool. That was cool.
And so and not even just the panel stuff. It's not even just the con. hanging out with everybody. Like everybody's super cool.
Yeah, like the guests are just kind of walking around happenstance, and like at cons like this, you don't really see it except for Peter New because he's Peter New.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, SGC, the Screw Attack Gaming Convention, is just about the site Screw Attack. So everyone that, if you go to the website, you all have something in common. You all go to this one website. And like here, it's like My Little Pony Convention, but even then, some opinions diversify of where it goes. And then Anime Convention, you may not even know half the people. Like, if someone cosplay here and it's about the content, like there's Star Swirl the Bearded over there. Hi, buddy.
Very nice.
That was great. Yeah. And then Biker, I don't know. Wonderbolt, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
See, I get things. It works. And
See, he's a pony.
What?
What are you? Get out.
Oh,
You live here.
Question, answer. I'm
Any
sorry.
other questions? Yeah. I mean, did I answer your question?
T.
Mad Hatter. That's what I said.
Matt Hatter from.
I'm just wondering why I was a judge read.
Oh.
It doesn't have to be from ponies. We saw Homestuck yesterday.
That was Rena Chan, so.
I apologize, Serena, because I want to apologize for this because I freaked out a little bit when we walked in. I just see a Briscoe walking by and I'm like, oh, it's a Homestuck. And then we go to the opening ceremonies and I see her then I'm like, that's Rena. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to be offensive or anything. I just thought it was interesting that she would dress up as Vriska and not
She can get away with anything.
In the
Right there, she had a Colgate and a vinyl outfit. I'm like, you didn't wear any of those? Okay.
Probably today. I mean, she's DJing today.
Oh, that's
so
a good point.
Probably vinyl scratch.
Probably vinyl
I would figure.
Vinyl scratch.
Vinyl scratch.
Vinyl scratch.
That sounds a little iffy right now. Okay, so anything else? We got 5 minutes, 5-6 minutes, and then.
Anybody got any embarrassing questions?
Yes.
Back there.
And all of the Q&As are done. Is there any questions left to ask?
No. Everyone can go. Mad Hatter. See, I got it.
What's the one question you never answered that account?
That I never answered?
I've had 2 of those, but what's yours?
I will answer anything. I'll probably, unless it's what's your social security number?
I won't answer personal information about my family or whatever.
Yeah, if it's personal stuff, probably not. But my dad has been on my podcast, so I can get pretty personal. But not
It's just super, super personal information that it's
What kind of shampoo do you use?
I'll answer that. My mom works for, she sells stuff for Avon, so it's it's an Avon shampoo. I don't know the name of it because they changed it, but it comes in a pack and it helps smooth out hair and stuff.
Okay.
Any other questions about my shampoo?
Is it shampoo and conditioner?
They're 2 separate bottles.
Stop!
That should probably be the last question.
That's how we end it.
Any other questions? No, we're gonna end it on my shampoo.
If that is actually, if no one has anything, her and I will be at the Level Up Studios booth in the dealer's room. You walk in, there's 3 tables. We're all the way to the right.
I'll be selling sketch commissions or even colored commissions. I'll have to do those at a later date.
She's selling customs ponies of the 2 mascots.
That's right.
So you come by and get a custom sketch. If you want me to sign anything or do videos or whatever, I'll be there pretty much all day for the most part. So yeah, come out, buy some Level Up Studios merch. I don't care.
Come bother Trunks and help. When you go to the Level Up Studios booth, tell him that he's the best Alicorn princess.
Tell him he's the best Brental Floss.
Actually, that's funny. Can I tell a little story?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Just really quickly. I make fun of him all the time. I call him Brental Floss. I call him Princess Trunks. I call him there was somebody who messed up his name at a table once, so it was Frank Trunks Woods.
Yeah.
And so I call him that. But the best thing that I've ever done was a little girl and her mom ordered a commission the other day, but we had to go to a panel, and so I left her picture there and said, Trunks, if they come by, give this to them. And he's like, okay. And I see the little girl on the way to the panel, and I'm like, oh, I finished your commission. She's like, yay! And I'm like, okay, when you go back to the dealer's room, when you go back to that table, go to the bald guy, tell him I sent you to the bald guy and ask for your picture. And I get back and he's like,
The bald guy?
I didn't mean it to like give him shit, but it was the funniest thing ever because he got so mad. I'm like, mission accomplished.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for coming. I thought like 10 o'clock.